My name is Nazibela Kamgana Mayaba. I'm living positively with HIV, and I am still me. Hey everybody, my name is Nazibela Kamgana Mayaba. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, today we are celebrating 100,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. It is insane. It is mind-blowing. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, for sharing our videos, for liking, for commenting. It's been such a journey and I'm really excited about this milestone. I just looked at that video and it's amazing how it feels like such a lifetime ago, but also at the same time like a couple of days ago. That video was shot August of 2019, and then the idea behind the video was, okay, we're gonna like publish it on my birthday, right, on the 20th of November. But then I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because it literally gave me nightmares. And I'm the sort of person where, like, if I do something, it needs to be like done as soon as possible. I can't wait for a couple of months up until this thing is published. So eventually I spoke to my husband. I was like, listen, I know the timeline was the 20th of November, but I'm just publishing this video and whatever happens, happens, okay? Because I'm having like anxiety about all of this waiting. So like I'm excited, man, guys, and the response from that first video humbled me so much, and I can't thank you enough. So the purpose of this video is obviously, one, to celebrate 100,000 subscribers, but also take you down on memory lane on some of the videos that, yeah, that made us laugh till we cried, that made us cry because of like the content of the video or what topic I was covering at that time. And just to give out some of the lessons that I've learned throughout this whole journey, and with the hope that it's going to help someone, because I know a lot of, you know, content creators reach out to me and say, you know, we would also like to celebrate, you know, 100,000 subscribers. Your channel has grown so much in a short space of time. How did you do it? What you could like, what advice could you give us to get to that point? So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So we've already done the first video, hashtag I am still me, my HIV story. So the second video that we're gonna see now is a video where I am talking about how I disclosed to my family, my friends, and taking you through that whole process. So let's watch. But I knew she was reacting to the situation, and she just also could not, I guess she didn't know what to do. And the only thing I remember is her crying over the phone, and the only thing I could do is just listen. And eventually, as she was crying, and sorry. You? Sana. Guys, okay. Okay. The video was very emotional, ne? It was very emotional, especially talking about, you know, how I disclosed, particularly to my mom. Like, other people I didn't have a hard time with, like my friends, as I said, my husband, I didn't have a problem with that. Disclosing to my mom was a whole different ball game, okay? I still get, you know, emotional when I think about, you know, when I was on the phone with her and she was crying. You know, I was like, okay, I do not know. I can't handle Umama when she's emotional, because she's never emotional. You know, when she's emotional, then you know, like it's really bad. So I was like, I don't know how to handle her. That's why, like, my husband, you know, helped us in that regard. My brother helped us. So I'll be forever grateful for that. Yeah, man. Okay, that's a serious partner. Can you talk about the hair lavy? Yeah. Son. Okay, this hair was this weave was the one that I used for my wedding, and this was November 2019, so my wedding was in April. I don't understand why it's like that. Like, it's very bad. Like, especially this it's very bad, son. And thank goodness I don't have that weave anymore. No, I've done better. I've really done better, and I'm very proud of myself. Okay guys, let's go to the second video. So she was there, we were playing around, we were bonding, and then I kind of joked and said, you know, how it will be fun if I had children, and then Amy can have a playmate. She kept quiet, which was a first. And then I said to her, you know, and she was complaining about how sometimes Amy was a handful, and I was like, well, what if you're complaining now that Amy is a handful, if now I had to bring quadruplets that you prayed for me, like how would that look like? She kept quiet. She was not encouraging or anything like that. Okay, so once again, I do not know what prompted me to the hair lovey. And then the hair combined with my bare face, it's just you are Azan. Look at this video. Okay, this was like a year ago. You are guys. All I can say is I know better now, and I know better. And my problem is not me being barefaced, but the hair. The whole thing is just, there's something that's just not gelling. But the topic itself is very important. Has my mom changed in terms of asking me about whether I'll be having children or not? No. That discussion has not happened since I disclosed that I was living with HIV. And I do think it's just a fear for her. I don't think she thinks I can't have children. I think it's a process of understanding what happens when someone living with HIV decides to have children. Do you get what I mean? I think that's where she's coming from. We're taking it one day at a time, man. Okay, let's check another video. Almost every interview that we've had, there's always a question about, you know, our families.
But she was not going to the point as to, this is what is hitting me. I've heard about this, and it is what is hitting me. As much as we can support and we can know about this, truth of the matter is that she's been there alone.
I appreciate your relationship, although sometimes I do feel like a third wheel now that your daughter is HIV positive, -5 cows.
But secondly, it had to do with understanding my family. We're not taught like that to discriminate people based on where they come from, what they have, who they are, how they look like. So we were taught to embrace people. At home, there were always people, people living with us that were not even related at home.
Okay, I think this particular video is what blew up like our YouTube channel. It's when people started noticing what the channel is about. And don't tell him this. And the reason for that, I think, is because of school. I'm gonna be the first one to admit, although I sometimes don't want it, because the whole purpose of the YouTube channel was about me, but because of his charisma, his humor, just his whole personality, I think I can contribute definitely the growth of the channel to school, because obviously as an HIV status mixed you know, couple, me being infected and school not being infected, a lot of questions are being raised, you know. How do they make it work? Is their sex life, you know, as interesting? You know, is school afraid that he'll get infected? What measures are we putting in place in terms of making sure that he's continuously protected from getting HIV? What did his family say, you know, about marrying a girl that is infected with HIV? I think that was the biggest thing, you know. Obviously, being now in a marriage, how do my in-laws treat me? You know, how did they receive the news? There's one thing being infected and, you know, handling all of that within, you know, the house and the family. There's another thing being infected and handling all of that, you know, publicly, you know, as we have done. Interestingly enough, so after that, obviously we have told you that we really have not had any issues with my family, with School's family. Honest to God, we have not had any issues. So how we did it, obviously, or continue to say, we didn't have like a whole special meeting, you know, about, yes, Unozi is HIV positive, I've decided to marry that. There was none of that, you know. Usku told a few family members because obviously now I was going public with the story. Now, there's one thing telling a few members, you know, a one-on-one. There's another thing now publicly sharing the story. I mean, I remember when my mother-in-law first heard my interview, the radio interview. I think I did it with Mhloboyenen, yes, a couple of months ago. And I was so scared. And I don't know, there's this like part of me that's so naive, and then when I do these things, I'm like, no one is gonna hear it. I don't have to worry about anything. And then lo and behold, people like are calling, you know, my family, my in-laws, that isn't this your daughter-in-law talking on radio? You guys, that day I was like, I couldn't handle it. I remember school called me and said Umama just called her, him, and just telling him that she just listened to my interview, right? And then she called me, my mother-in-law called me. I didn't answer the phone the whole day. I didn't, like, I don't know, because although I knew, like, she knew about the whole situation, but then we have not had like a conversation. Together, I mean, we have not had a conversation, because obviously, what are you gonna say? Yeah, but and now, like, I'm thinking to myself, also teeny, and also what am I going to say? So I didn't answer the call for the whole day. I only answered it like late in the evening, and she was so proud, and then and talking about, you know, how her friends were calling her and how proud they were, and all of that, and she was just proud, man, guys. And recently we just did like a couples thing also on radio, and also school's cousins from Durban, from Cape Town, all over the place. Like, my sister-in-law, school's cousin sister, was also listening to the radio interview. So no, guys, I've really been blessed in that regard, in terms of how my family and my in-laws have supported us, and it's all obviously has contributed to how school has handled the situation. When the men or your partner, you know, takes a stand and basically leads, you know, the family in how to treat you, I think that helps a lot. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that video. Let's check out another video. Okay, no, I can smell it. Okay, when Yenzwa and oh shabbat, Yenzwa, it's like Yenzwa go yake ibisi, when yake ibisi la like when you process milk, what does it turn to? When you process milk, yeah, but
which milk can open?
Like normal milk, school, like when you a factory, like it's made with factory na lento, with factory endo ezenza ibisi nayo. So when you, I think it comes from a milk, doesn't it?
Cereal.
Yeah. It comes from milk. It's not cereal. It's cereal. You use it with milk. Fermented milk. Fermented milk.
Fermented. Don't fermented.
Oh my God. And then I created a monster. Oh Lord. I created a monster because after like the previous video, we were talking about in-laws, and the Mayaba love journey, like. Now people couldn't get enough of school. Like, you know, it's so funny when school is around. It's not, he's not really that fine. Like, honestly, when I meet people, especially ladies, like, oh my God, your husband is so fine. I'm like, girl, he's not that fine. He's not that funny, okay? Oh my God. Okay. Guys, let me just say this. I never know what is going to happen with a video, and I continue to say, oh, okay, I hope they like it, and that's it. How like it blows up after that, it continues to surprises me all the time. So anyway, we did this challenge. As I said, I saw it with Ellen DeGeneres show, and then I was like, oh, it's cool, let's try this out. I think it will be fun. I mean, it was December. We can't talk about this is serious. Do you get what I mean? So let's do something fun, and we'll take it from there. So he's always a good sport. So we do it. I almost did not upload it, because for some reason I didn't think it was funny. I don't know, I didn't think it was funny, but then school looked at it, Usinalo looked at it, and she was like, oh my god, this is so funny. And I'm like, okay. So I uploaded it, and then I was like, okay, whatever. People, you'll just need to deal with it. And then people found it funny, and then there was one person, there's one lady, that shared it on Twitter. Oh my god, okay. And she shared particularly the section where I was describing the cheese, right? Guys, that video was trending on Twitter. Usko was trending, I was trending, Irama was trending, 30 seconds was trending because of this video, okay? Yeah, celebrities were commenting on it. I remember, who's that lady again? Uboni, Bonimbuli, Ulinda, Uspichi, from Unzawumbi, who else? Like a number of people. Dr. Musam Tombeni, the doctor who's also a media personality. Like a couple of comedians were sharing it. I was like, obviously it also came with a lot of comments about it. Obviously people that have been in this channel for quite some time know that I'm very much animated, for someone who's being introduced to me for the first time, I can be a lot. I am the first one to admit I can be a lot. I'm very loud, I'm very opinionated, I am very passionate, I'm very dramatic, and so people were like, why is she shouting? She's abusing him. And then like there was one comment, I think someone said she probably hits him, the poor guy is being abused. Oh gosh, okay. And I mean, I had to have a talk with myself. It's either I retaliate by cursing everyone out or I can just take it also as it comes. So I just entertain people that found it as a joke, and people obviously that have been with us for a long time and understand our dynamic of always joking around and school always annoying me, because people often forget that part. Usko is very annoying. So eventually, guys, yeah, people now were introduced into the whole video, and they were like, oh, sorry, like we only saw the 30-second snippet of what the video was about, and they were introduced also now to my story and the purpose of the of the video. And yeah, it has been quite a journey. So obviously there was also the flower challenge, the truth or drink challenge as well, featuring school, which also were quite interesting, and they were also quite popular. So yeah, I guess the couple challenges are very much loved. Okay. Okay guys, so now what I would like to talk about is just the lessons learned and some of the key things that I continuously had to remind myself throughout this whole journey. The first thing is, you need to continuously remember the purpose of why you did all of this in the first place. So for someone who wants to start a YouTube channel, I continue to ask, like, why do you want to start a YouTube channel? Just write some of the like key things down. Is it about money? Is it about the fame? Is it about getting subscribers? Is it being about to be an influencer? Because I've dealt with people that have given me all those reasons that why they want to start a YouTube channel. I want to make money, I want to have a lot of subscribers, I want to be an influencer, and all sorts of things. For me personally, all of this came out unexpectedly. The reason I'm saying this is because, yes, the whole purpose of, okay, I want to share my story, particularly because I want to heal, to completely heal from this story, because I feel the more I hide it, the more I give it power, and the second thing is, which I'll be happy about, is for a couple of people to see it, and if there's anyone that is going through something similar, may be helped by it. Do you get what I mean? So whether it's someone that is infected or someone that is affected, if they see this video, I'm hoping they're going to get some kind kind of healing, some kind of, you know, perspective, all of that, that would be great. I remember after the video was published, October 2019, after a month, we had reached, I think, about 200 subscribers, and I thought that was like a miracle in itself. By January 2020, we had 500 subscribers. Even that, I was like, yo, it's cool, I've made it. I was fully aware of, you know, influencers, big influencers like the Mihlalis, who actually started her career, you know, making, you know, makeup tutorials on her YouTube channels. I was very much aware of Oyol's, you know, Yours channel and all of those guys. But I was like, man, guys, like, those are like top people. There's no way. Like, I can't measure myself with those guys. I mean, they've taken like a couple of years to be there. So for me to reach this milestone, it was never, honest to God, it was never in the initial plan. But, oh, my channel is going to reach 100,000 subscribers. My channel is going to be well known. My channel is going to do this and this and that. That first video was the purpose of that channel, okay? And that was it. But the more, like I told the story, the more I saw that people are really being helped by it. And I started to continue. And as we were continuing, that's when I was like, okay, this is really going where I didn't expect. That's when obviously I now started, you know, really being intentional also about what I share and some of the topics that I cover. So that is why I continue to say you need to remember your why, because for people that want to make money out of YouTube, you are going to be demotivated because that does not come easy. You need to reach 1,000 subscribers and you need to have certain amount of watch time, right? To reach that, guys, it's not easy, okay? And if you continuously think, Bana, you're gonna get there after a month, you're gonna make 20,000 rand, that might not necessarily happen within a month, but as you continue working hard, centering your content around your why, I can guarantee you it's going to get there. Now let's talk about the money issue, right? So as I've told you, I started my channel, or rather I published the first video October of 2019. The rest of 2019, I was not paid because obviously I did not have enough subscribers, right? Okay, and then we reached 1,000 subscribers. I think it was February of 2020. Last year we reached 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so I now started, you know, applying for to monetize my channel, because now I had enough watch time. I also had enough subscribers. That was easy. Apply, it was approved. Now the challenge was I needed to verify my address, something about verifying my address. And then, guys, Corona hit us. So what happens is, apparently there's a pin that needs to be mailed to your address, and they're physically mailed. They can't send it on email. They can't verify it over the phone. They need to mail it, and the mail comes apparently from overseas. Okay. So Corona hit us, and obviously everything was, you know, slow. Everything was, you know, it took its time. During that whole process, from February, March 2020 up until, when was it? Last year, probably October, November of 2020, I was not paid. There was no money that I was getting paid. So the adverts were being played, but because I did not verify my address with that pin, I was not getting the money, right? So pin was not coming to my address because of the delays with postal services, right? So it went to a point where YouTube eventually forwarded me an email to say, because you have not verified your pin, we're going to stop playing the ads in your channel. And I was like, I get it, is what it is. Up until the point where I started now researching, and I came across, you know, a video on YouTube where it started assisting me in terms of getting around the system. So if you don't have opinion, then you can verify your address using another system. So that worked. I only started getting paid in November, but I'm so grateful that it delayed, because it reminded me of, you're not here for the money. And I feel like God was testing me. God was testing me because one, I continued to see the money growing, but I could not access it because I had not verified my address. And I would get so frustrated seeing all that money, and I'm like, God, like I need that money. I need that money. So, but I'm so grateful, as I said, because it continues to remind me why the channel was about, the intention of what the channel was about. It was not about the money. The money obviously is very nice. It is a nice incentive, but it's not what pushes what I do. I love doing these videos. I honestly do. And now also seeing how it has also assisted you and how you enjoy them is a bonus itself. So that was the number one thing. Continuously to remember what your why is, and that will push you when the going gets tough, when you don't necessarily reach that milestone at the time that you wanted to reach that milestone, when people are not viewing your videos. That's another thing, you know, guys. It's one thing people subscribing to your channel, it's another thing people viewing your videos. Okay, so if you look, for example, at my videos, I have about 100,000 subscribers, but I don't have 100 subscribers with each video, right? Some person may be frustrated by that, thinking to themselves, okay, I'm not reaching out, let's say, to, if you get 20,000 subscribers in one video, which has happened with me. I've had 20,000 you know, views with one video. Then someone else might get frustrated that what is happening with the other 80,000, you know, don't they like my channel anymore? You know, why are they not, you know, viewing my videos? And getting more views is how you get more money, yeah man. So that's another thing, okay, guys, that you need to continuously worry about, yeah man. And then you have to deal with negative comments. Negative comments, okay. As I've said, I mean, the video, the taste buds video with school was one video where I was really, to some extent, bothered about people saying, you know, things that were not true, and they don't even know us, but they're judging us from a 30-second video, right? That I'm abusing Usko, you know, is such a good person, why am I shouting at him, and all of those things. You need to deal with those negative comments. Guys, will take their time to view the entire video, and then also take their precious time to write a negative comment on your video. Like, it happens, and you also have to deal with advice that you didn't ask for, because galoko, you're also putting yourself out there. All right, people giving you advice and you're like, I didn't ask you though. No, so you have to be mindful of that, and again, you just have to manage it. At first it did hurt me, and I won't lie, but now, like, literally I take 10 breaths, okay? I breathe in and out 10 times, and I'm like, just keep it moving. I delete the comment, I block, and I just move on, because the other thing is that people expect so much from us. People can say whatever bile they want to say, but we just can't say it back. I'm always mind blown about that. So people can say whatever they want, very hurtful comments, very hurtful, like, things that they say, but you dare say it back. No, Z, I didn't expect this from you. This is so disappointing. Like, I expected so much better from you. I can't believe you saying this. And I'm like, but then, did you see, like, what they said? So we are expected, Tina, like, to be immune to all the negativity. Because galok, we're superhuman. Yabana, we are superwoman. We don't have feelings, and all of those things. And I always say there's one favorite comment that people like: as a celebrity, you can have a big head. And I'm like, but then, first of all, I don't consider myself as a celebrity. If I was a celebrity, then I want the money that celebrities make. That's the first thing. I want the money that celebrities make, and then we can talk about it. So yeah, guys, you just need to deal with negative comments that come through. Continue to focus on your niche. I cannot stress that enough. So what I mean about that, imagine me. So my brand values are, you know, health, family, and relationships, right? And I do not do anything you know, beyond that, because it's not my niche. Do you get what I mean? So imagine me doing a YouTube video doing makeup. Like, Can you see my brows? Like, do you think this is someone that can do ilantuka makeup tutorials? I remember there was one comment that asked me to do a makeup tutorial. Do you think that someone with like this shape of a brow and clearly struggling with their brows and with their makeup can do a makeup tutorial? That is not me. That I could never do that. Similarly to like people are asking me to do like a hair routine. Girl, like, hey, I wish you can this is a good day when it comes to my hair. Like, people on social media, on Facebook, have seen my and when my hair is not in a good shape. So I can never do that because I'm not an expert when it comes to that. But if you're talking about, you know, wellness, if you're talking about health, if you're talking about HIV, if you're talking about, you know, relationships, if you're talking about marriage, then I am comfortable in that. So focus on your niche, focus on what you're intending the channel to be about. Do not deviate from that, because that's when you start losing a lot of people, because then they're like, but then why is she talking about this when this is not their area of expertise? Do you get what I mean? So yeah, guys, that was the last thing that I wanted to say. Once again, thank you so much for being part of this journey. It has been my greatest pleasure, and I cannot wait to share more of our crazy family, covering different topics. And yeah, if you're new, please join the rest of the family. To you guys that continuously come back to this channel, thank you, thank you, thank you.